Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and Dr. Hicks, congratulations on your nomination, and appreciated the opportunity to chat the other day, and really, sorry, I'm looking at my time here. Appreciate your background and our discussion. I'm going to follow up on that on a number of the topics. Of course, I raised the issue of the Arctic and Alaska's place as we're an Arctic nation because of my great state. Can I get your commitment, if confirmed, that you'll get up to Alaska and see the importance of the Arctic and our strategic location there?
Senator, I would welcome coming to Alaska.
Good. Well, you know, Billy Mitchell, the father of the U.S. Air Force, called Alaska the most strategic place in the world. But I have a new quote that I'm going to start using. The now Secretary of Defense, in his confirmation hearing, Secretary Austin said, "I absolutely agree that Alaska is a national treasure, and it holds some of the most important military assets and resources." Would you agree with your future boss?
I do.
On that? Okay, good. One of the things that he did say, as we have been pressing the Pentagon, which, as I've told you and firmly believe, the Pentagon's been asleep at the switch on the strategic nature of the Arctic, the national defense strategy. The great power competition is literally taking place there as we speak, Russia, China, others. Because of this committee's leadership, no offense, not really the Pentagon's, the services have now gotten serious about service strategies. Secretary Austin committed to fully resourcing these service strategies as it relates to the Arctic. Can I get your commitment on that as well?
Senator, I'm certainly committed to making sure we have the capabilities we need in the Arctic.
Great, thank you. Let me turn to what I think is a real simple question, but to be honest, I'm having a hard time with some of the incoming Biden cabinet officials to commit to this. In your personal opinion, the United States, I want your personal opinion on this, from a national security and foreign policy perspective, we have once again become the world's energy superpower because of states like New Mexico and North Dakota and Alaska. We're the largest producer prior to the pandemic, largest producer of oil, natural gas, and renewables in the world. Is that good for our national security and foreign policy?
It is, Senator.
And on the other hand, becoming more reliant on countries like Russia or Venezuela for our oil and gas needs, is that good for our national security or is that bad?
Generally speaking, it's bad.
So here's what I would ask as a commitment. I can't seem to get a commitment from any cabinet official in the Biden administration to be a strong proponent of all of the above strategy. To the contrary, some of the executive orders that came out of the administration last week are focused on curtailing the production of American energy. Do you think that's in the national security interest of our nation?
Senator, I have to say I think what's in the interest of the United States is to ensure it is not dependent on outside capabilities, but I also believe that growing out alternative uses for alternative energy sources is vital if we're going to manage the challenges of the future.
Oh, I agree that, you know, fully focused on renewables and building that out is critical. I couldn't agree with you more. But we need to do that as we're also producing, say, natural gas, where we can be the leader for the next 50 to 100 years. Low emitting, clean burning Alaska natural gas or others. So I appreciate your focus on that. I appreciate your honesty on that. And I appreciate you being a voice about the importance of this issue, energy security, energy independence, when you're discussing these topics, which in my view are clearly within the realm of the Pentagon's responsibilities as well as other agencies. Let me turn to China. I was on the Senate floor kind of saying, look, we're giving advice and consent. That's what we're doing right now. The consent, of course, is confirmation. The advice is just advice. I saw the White House press secretary last week talk about China and our strategy. She used the phrase that kind of sent a shiver down my back, strategic patience. That was the failed strategy approach under the Obama administration involving North Korea. Do you think that's a good term that we should be using when the challenge and threat from China is immediate?
Senator, I think our approach toward China is first to recognize that they are the pacing challenge for the defense community and that they present a serious alternative model to be rejected with regard to how they govern their society, their authoritarian approaches, and their economic, statist economic approaches. That's where I would center my view. I do think there are opportunities for the United States and China to work together. Those, generally speaking, are not in the defense realm, but even in the defense realm, there are confidence-building measures we should be pursuing so that we can prevent, as I said, so that we can prevent conflict between the two nations.
Thank you, Dr. Hicks. I'll have more questions for the record, but I appreciate your service, and I think I'm certainly going to support your nomination.
Thank you, Senator.